I had a brother that was a year and a half older than me. My mother and my father got us, we were basically inseparable. There were a lot of people that thought we were twins, except I was better looking. But they got us pajamas, full sleeves. Mine had an Indian scene on it, and my brother had a cowboy scene on it. And we competed in everything. I'm not an advocate, because I'm kind of old school, of trash talking. But now that I look back, my brother was the original trash talker. We did everything against each other. We'd take a coat hanger and try to make it into a circle, and take a wiffle ball or roll up a sock or something like that and play basketball. But not only would he beat me because he had a year and a half on me, and when you're talking about 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, a year and a half is a big difference in age. So he would beat me like a drum. He wouldn't just beat me like a drum, then he would rub it in. He would make fun of it. But we competed the entire time. I can remember living out in the country and getting in my grandparents' driveway, and we actually took broomsticks and hit gravel out of her driveway into my great aunt's farm on the other side of this country road. And the power lines were different heights. If you hit it under the lower one, it was a single. If you hit it above the next one, it was a double, etc. Now, we couldn't have been any more than 4, 5, 6 years old. We hit so many gravel, it would eat a hole, or it would eat a groove in the broomstick. And that's how we started playing baseball, by hitting rocks with a broomstick. When the broomstick was eaten up, our grandfather would go and find us another stick, saw it off to the right length, and give it to us. And that was perfectly fine with everybody until he got the broomstick from my grandmother's new broom one time, and that created a problem for about 2 days. But I can remember the very first time I went to the plate and my very first at bat in baseball, in competitive baseball. I was 6 years old, and I'll tell you this story real quick. Obviously, you can look at me now. I'm not big now, so you can imagine what it was at 6. The only reason I played is because my brother was 8, and my father said, if he's going to play, you're going to play. Now, the reason I remember my first at bat, 6 years old, absolutely scared to death. And I get up to the plate, I have my helmet on, and I look out, and I'm telling you the honest to gosh truth. I look at the pitcher, and his eyes are crossed. This is the truth. I was 6 years old. I had no idea what that was. I thought it meant that I was going to see 2 baseballs when he threw it. And the very first at bat, I got hit right square in the back. I can remember going out to right field. You know, your worst players, they always hide you in right field in Little League. Bawling like a baby. I looked over to my mom. She was sitting in the stands and wouldn't even look at me. I looked at my dad. I think he left. And I looked at my brother. He was playing second base, so he couldn't see me. And I was wanting somebody to get me out of that ball game. But they didn't do it. Because of the competitive nature, it was still fun to me. And I went on to play in high school, went on to play in college, and then played 2 summers of minor league baseball for the Braves.